have to, take on this beast here. What I'm saying, with 7 heads and 10 horns. And when he does arrive, and make his way out of the bottomless pit, he's going to try to, he's gonna, no doubt make war against the saints, make war against us, but like the chief thing primarily, saying will be, battling against him and her for that matter, saying no doubt with him, it's gonna be, things pertaining to Silo. I was sitting down also yesterday, Nayana, and the Father was revealing to me, through these movies and shows and, saying these cartoons and these comics, Silo, Nayana, is going to be very powerful. Our daughter, Nayana, I'm sure the Father has revealed this to you already, but no doubt, Nayana, Silo, she's going to be stronger than you and me combined. As a matter of fact, she's going to be stronger than everybody on the team. It's funny too as well because yeah, she's going to be stronger than everybody on the team. There's a character on the X-Men, Nayana, I'm sure you've heard of this one before, Jean Grey. Yeah, the Father was revealing to me that, yeah, Jean Grey is communicated as being Silo. And that character, Jean Grey, on the X-Men was very powerful. She was stronger than everybody on the team. Nonetheless, though, I'm bringing it up because I'm trying to, get you to understand. I'm sure you already understand. I'm not telling you anything new, honestly. But yeah, Silo. I'm sure you know Silo is going to be a force. Silo is going to be a problem. Silo is going to be ridiculously powerful. And Nayana, after me, you, and Zarif for that matter, are dead and gone. You know, um, she's gonna pick up. She's gonna, pretty much her and Danielle. Because the Father also revealed to me, Nayana, that the Father revealed to me a week ago, that not only will me and you die fighting against the beast, but also Zuri as well. He'll die fighting with us also against the beast. So in the midst of that, saying when that exchange, when that battle kicks off, when all that pops off, Zuri will also die. Zuri, he'll die as well along with us. So it's going to be, just Daniel left out of the original four, and pretty much he'll, Nayana, pertaining to, that, Daniel. We're going to see. Pertaining to Silo and Danielle, Nayana, it's going to be something we see something very similar to what we see in Esther, with Esther and Mordecai. Esther, her parents died, and Mordecai was her uncle, and he took her, and he took care of her and looked after her like she was his own daughter. That's what Danielle will do after pretty much me, you, and Zuri are dead and gone. Him and he's gonna take care of baby girl. Danielle, he's gonna take care of baby girl. He's gonna look after her. And just as a whole, the two of them, along with the sixth and the seventh acquisition, I believe they survive as well. That will be they're gonna pretty much, no doubt though, no doubt, Danielle and Silo, we'll pick up where we left off. And Yahoo is Fantastic Four will continue and pick off, from there. But yeah, she's gonna be extremely special. Our daughter is gonna be very powerful. Yeah, yeah, she's gonna be very special. She's gonna be able to do so many things. I'm gonna go more in depth on that in another video. Nonetheless, though, Nayana, you know, um, yeah. And when this chump, right? Yeah. When this chump comes out the bottomless pit, and that's exactly what he's going to be coming for. He's going to come to try to wipe her out because she's going to be a threat to him. What I'm saying? Along to the entire enemy camp. Yeah. He's going to come, and he's going to come for her, and he's going to try to wipe her out. You know what I'm saying? Um, Yeah, if you read on the screen here, if you read what he's saying, "Raven, face me," right? Raven, face me, right? Yeah, he's going to be calling us, both you and me, out to fight, and we will fight him. Also, another thing, saying that was revealed to me a while back, Neon, is that before he does arrive, right? Yeah, before he does finally arrive and ascends out the bottomless pit into our world, what I'm saying, we're gonna have dreams. Yeah, we're gonna have visions. You, me, if not all seven of us, Nayana. You, me, Zari, Danielle. Saying this. Saying and Silo. Definitely. Before he arrives and comes into our world, we're gonna have dreams. We're gonna have visions. Pertaining to him, and they're gonna be big time. Saying the visions will be powerful. They're gonna be, what I'm saying, before he finally arrives into our world. Saying that will pretty much, be our heads up before he arrives. What I'm saying? We're gonna have dreams and visions. It's gonna be something. But no doubt, when he comes out, he's gonna, he's gonna call us out to make war. He's gonna make war with us, and we're gonna fight against him. We're gonna battle him, and we're gonna knock the teeth out his mouth. As I said before, if I'm, I'm saying, I'm sure, I'm pretty confident that it was revealed to me by the Spirit that we fight him on more than one occasion, and on the first occasion, Ayana, we do whoop his ass. But you know, on the second, saying go around, due to circumstances, saying, it'll be given him to prevail. You know what I'm saying? What will the circumstances be? Saying, well, it's been revealed to me that the first go around, the first bout, we whoop his ass. Why will he be able to? Why will it be given him to prevail? When we go at him the second time, I'm sure there's many reasons. I know I'm going to be fighting off of a broken leg. I know that, but pertaining to you, pertaining to Zari and everyone else, I don't know. It's funny too because when I think back to the Avengers, saying and Thanos, obviously Thanos symbolized the Beast, and obviously the Avengers symbolize us. In that first film, what I'm saying, they were scattered. The Avengers, they were scattered. They weren't assembled. Therefore, truly, that's why he won. What I'm saying? They were, saying the whole team was pretty much scattered abroad, and they weren't assembled. What I'm saying? What I mean? I'm saying. Then also, in the second film, we see that they were assembled, and they won. They won. The Avengers won. What I'm saying? What I'm saying? And they won. Yet they won. Yet Tony and Cap. Well, Cap didn't die, but not unless he went somewhere else. But we see that Tony gave his life on the battlefield. Now, I think I talked about this in a previous video, Nayana. They're telling the truth, yet they're lying to you. In the first film, right, Infinity War, when they went against, right, Thanos, right, i.e. your Beast, well, they lost. When really, in all actuality, they should have won. But they do tell you the truth, though, that he received a deadly wound from them. Again, it's been revealed that not only do we whoop his ass, not only do we lay the smackdown on him, the first go around. Not just that though, we beat him, but we don't just beat him, but we give him the deadly wound. He gets his deadly wound from us, the four, hell, if not the six of us, right? Obviously, I don't know if you're how deep into comics you are, Nayana, but Spider-Man. I'm sure you know who Spider-Man is, right? Well, Spider-Man is symbolic for so many different people in prophecy. And in some places, hell, Spider-Man is symbolic for Silo. In some places, Spider-Man possibly is symbolic for me. But no doubt, primarily though, yeah, no doubt, Spider-Man is also symbolic for for the Beast, right? For the devil. In the comics with Spider-Man, Nayana, there's a team that Spider-Man, what I'm saying, has to fight against. There's a team that assembles, together to fight against Spider-Man, called the Sinister Six, right? The Sinister Six, which is catched in, just, really, the numerology there. Six, right? Six team up on one, right? Yeah. The Sinister Six. I'm not sure if you know who that is. If you read the comics, but yeah, we're the Sinister Six. We are the Teen Titans. We are the X-Men. Yeah, we're the Sinister Six. We are the Sinister Six, right? Who wounds the Beast, right? Yeah, he gets his deadly wound from us, right? You know what I'm saying? We arise against him and we give him his deadly wound. And in that first go around with him, we do beat him. But in that second battle, I think in that second battle, it will be given him to prevail. And if you're watching Infinity War, how scattered abroad they were, the entire team, right? Saying how you know what I'm saying, just, what I mean, it's kind of give you a similitude of what's going to happen, in the end with some switch rounds here, here and there. Nonetheless, though, this is an incredible thing the Father is doing with not just the two of us, but with all seven of us. Now, I know Zari, I know for a fact, I know no doubt, I know for a fact that, Zari and Danielle, like the boys are with you at the moment. But, the sixth and the seventh acquisitions, the other two, and it's also been revealed to me that one of the other two acquisitions, it's gonna be Zari's wife. Yeah, and I think she might be the one with super speed. I'm not sure. The other acquisition, I believe it's also a female as well. Will that be Danielle's spouse? I don't know. Possibly. We read about Noah in the ark. Noah was on that ark with his wife, his sons, and his sons' wives with him. So I don't know. I don't know who the last acquisition is, if it's even male or female. I think it may be female, maybe Daniel's wife. I don't know. I don't know. Which makes me question how far down the line will it be until when they arrive, both of them. Nonetheless, though, Nayana, it is a beautiful thing the Father is about to do, is doing right now, because he's in the midst of doing it, right? Right, for real. Nonetheless, though, it's a beautiful thing that the Father is doing with the seven of us. It is a terrible thing Yahuwah is going to do with us and what he's going to use us for. I love you, Nayana. Today is the 17th. Today is the first day, actually, saying of today's day one. Today is the 17th. So we just got on the ark today, baby. We just got on the ark today, baby. And yeah, I know you did this with Mayam, so I'm gonna do the same. It's funny too, Nayana. I never usually go into this thing, baby, with water. Not to say that I've never gone, a fast without drinking water. I have, but it was, saying due to me losing patience, though. I would go like maybe 4 or 5 days or 6 days, and then I would, make that decision to drink water. I usually never start, these things, Nayana, off the bat with water. But I'm doing it now. Actually, today it's like 8 o'clock right now, or 9 o'clock right now, baby. I haven't even drunken any water yet, but nonetheless, though, yeah, water will be implemented at some point. My 40 days and 40 nights. So what I'm saying, first day of the penitence, and baby, he has laid on me a major revelation. Among many other things that I'm going to talk about in other videos that I'll have you sit down and watch. But yeah, it's a flood. It's a flood. It's a flood that you already went through. This is a fight. This is a war. This is a battle that you've already had and won. I was talking to David and Mike the other day. I was talking to Dave and Mike the other day, Nayana. Just I was telling them about how you, this same beast, beast, you done slayed him. Not only did you slay him, but you you stormed, yay, baby, you thundered on him. Yeah. You thundered, on this beast. You stormed on him. You thundered on him, stormed on him, yeah. And you whooped this beast behind. The same, beast that I'm up against. You took his behind down, and you destroyed him. It's time for me to do the same. It's funny too, baby. I love you so much.